Over the last year, I've spent 1,000 hours building the ultimate twin-turboed, four-wheel drive, drag and drive Silverado. And we are so extremely close to driving it for the very first time. But before we get there, you've guessed it, we got some more welding to do. And we've got a new system from Jackery that's going to help us out with our drag and drive build. You guys know that I'm building the twin-turbo Silverado to actually go out and use. And the one type of event that I'm looking forward to more than anything is a drag and drive. Basically, we're going to several different racetracks over the course of a week, and the only stuff that you're allowed to bring with you, whether it's tools, spare parts, equipment, gear, is what you can physically carry in the truck. But the one thing that nobody talks about is power. And I don't mean what's under the hood. I mean electricity. We've got laptops for tuning and for editing. We've got filming equipment, lights, tire inflators, tools, the whole 9 yards, and not an outlet in sight. But that is where the Jackery Solar Generator 5000 Plus comes into play. I'm going to show you guys exactly why we're going to be bringing this along for the trip. And if you're interested, I'll put the link down below so you can check one out for yourself. All right, so I want to spend a few minutes on this because it genuinely solved a real problem for us. When you do a drag and drive, you're on the road for a week, pulling into different tracks. Sometimes it's 10 p.m. Maybe you just finished your last pass and you get stuff that needs to happen before the next day. Your laptop needs to charge so you can review data logs or make tune adjustments. You've got to do some editing. You've got to raise your tire pressure. Maybe you need to run a plug-in cooler for food and drinks all day. And when you're standing in a gravel parking lot at a racetrack, there'll be no power hookups anywhere. And of course, it's also especially useful to keep around the house during any summer storms or even hurricane season when the power might go out. The Jackery Solar Generator 5000 Plus has 5,000 watt hours of capacity and over 7,000 watts of output. I mean, it's not a power bank, it's a power station. It'll run a small welder, an air compressor. It'll keep a cooler cold for days. We're going to be having laptops plugged into it to charge up, running our power tools off of it, even a fan in the pits to help keep things cool, all at the same time. It's got 12 output ports, AC, DC, USB, pretty much everything. And it charges up fast too, around 2 hours when it's plugged into the wall at home before you leave for the event. And my favorite part is it can be charged by the solar panels or even a gas generator. And it's got wheels and a handle so it actually moves around like a piece of luggage, which matters when you're packing and unpacking a trailer every single day. Now you're probably wondering why not just bring along a gas generator and be done with it, because everyone has one, but generators are loud and they produce a lot of fumes, and some racetracks don't even want you to have a generator running in the pits. But this thing is dead silent, no noise, and there's zero emissions. You can even run it in an enclosed trailer or a shop. Doesn't matter. So if you want to learn more about the Jackery Solar Generator 5000 Plus and how it can help you, whether you're going camping for the weekend, you're at the racetrack, or just being prepared for a power outage, click the link below the video. Now for me, I got to get back to work so we can actually get this truck to the racetrack and enjoy it. That thing is impressive. All right, got a bit of a side project going on right now. This is a transmission pan from that truck down there. This belongs to a good customer of ours, Mr. Larry. It's a mid-90s something Tacoma, a Toyota, in amazing condition, like beautiful. But he wanted to add a transmission temperature gauge, which has this sensor on it, and we needed a place to put it. So instead of using that goofy thing that goes in line, we got some steel weld bungs. We're gonna drill a hole, TIG weld it right there. I figured you guys would get a kick out of this to see how clean it is. This is a 93 Toyota V6 automatic 4-wheel drive, and this thing is in incredible condition. I mean, the interior is beautiful, extremely well taken care of. I mean, it has been painted, but like, you just don't see trucks like this in this good a shape. This is so stinking cool. This guy wants to keep it on the road for a very long time. Well, this bend here is going to be based entirely on a guess. I think that'll work. Let's find out. Through the magic of editing, it's gonna look like this was a one-shot deal, but if I'm being transparent with you, I cut it like 5 more times. Luckily, I left more material on it, so I just kept taking away until we got what we needed, but sometimes that's all you gotta do is just keep going until you get it. Our goal here is just to have the dump tube to kind of mimic the shape and routing of the downpipe. Apparently the whole nation is under a heat wave right now. It's only 89 for us today, but it has been a hot couple of weeks. I should drink more water. Another short little side project. This is actually an exhaust setup for my brother-in-law's 911. And he wanted to do this. I think they call it the Gundo hack. Basically just make like a little crossover in between each of the, like the inlet and the outlet of the exhaust. So we got those welded up for him. He got everything clearanced and pre-fit up. So not too bad of a job. Excited to hear how it's gonna sound. Perfect. Let's weld it. Look at this. Just kind of twist it like you're unscrewing it. Comes right out. There's our mark. All right. Just gonna do one final test fit, and then you can weld it up for good. What do we think? Unnamed summer intern, is this gonna fit?
Probably. I mean,
No,
it looks like you did it right.
Of course it's gonna fit, because I made it.
Of course it's gonna fit, because you made it.
So that right there is all the material that we have left. When I started, there were 6 mandrel bends. I was kind of worried I'd be able to finish both sides, but that's the driver's side done, so we'll do some finish welding. So we back purged the passenger side wastegate dub tube when we made it, but I just have a rubber hose going into the end of the pipe. So I wanted to try one of these little diffuser things, but I couldn't find like an easy, direct, I don't know, hookup. So we just went to the hardware store, got some adapters, and we're just gonna put that in the end. So I'll put a little pipe thread on there and then see if it improves the back purge. The theory basically is when the gas comes out, it's just gonna kind of diffuse rather than just coming out in a straight line. I know they make actual like purge kits. I probably should buy one someday, but I think this will work pretty good. All right, next task, we need to make a little bracket. Hold some wires out of the way. So one of my mantras for this build, or like requirements, is that I don't use any self-tapping sheet metal screws. So I've been using a crap load of these instead, threaded inserts. One other simple little side project, we took care of the hole in the firewall where the parking brake cable used to go. This rear end doesn't have provisions for a parking brake, so we plugged the hole. Just molded some sheet metal to it, and I JB welded it onto the cab. Because the interior is complete, and I don't want to catch the truck on fire by welding to it. I've done that before. Well, another week has come and gone. We got a few more things checked off the list, and we are 1 week closer to actually driving this thing for the very first time. Now, I know this project, it has dragged on. We've kind of talked about that at length, but I'm very happy with the progress that we've made. I'm happy with how we're doing it, because once it's done, I shouldn't have to go back and change stuff. I would much rather do it that way than rush or cut corners and then have to go back and fix things later on. But when I think about the progress that we've actually made since we first brought the truck into the shop last September, we really have accomplished a lot. And I'm actually pleased with the progress, because in September, I'm pretty sure it was like right at the beginning, we rolled the bare shell of the truck into the shop. No engine, no transmission, no transfer case, no wiring, hardly any interior in the truck. It was literally just a shell. At the time, we were going to put the big block in there, but obviously we've changed plans since then. But since September of last year, I mean, we've built a fuel system, we've built the whole wiring setup, we reinstalled the interior, we got the AC restored and functional again. We got a new 6.2 or a used 6.2 engine from the junkyard, completely tore it apart. We rebuilt it top to bottom through a cam, MLS head gaskets, head studs, valve train upgrades. We put the engine in, we installed the 4L80, we did the conversion to the 263 transfer case, we built the fuel system, the drive shafts, like everything top to bottom went into this truck. We got it going, naturally aspirated, and put about 200 miles on it with the 6.2. And then we completely tore it apart and built the turbo system from scratch. I mean, aside from the trick turbo manifolds that the turbos are mounted to, everything was custom built. The downpipes, the exhaust, the X-pipe, the place where the mufflers mount, the intercooler pipes, and then of course all the little changes that we have to do simply to mount a turbocharger on the driver's side of the engine bay, relocating and lengthening every single wire under the hood of this truck, moving the computer, moving the battery. Like, there is so much work that we have done over the last 10 or 11 months. And so I'm like, I'm happy. This truck is coming along at a pretty good pace, and we are so stinking close. In fact, the next time you guys see this truck, we're going to be going on the very first test drive with the twin turbo 6.2. So hang in there. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. That pretty much wraps up this video. Now, I do have some technical things that I kind of wanted to go over because a lot of you guys ask in the comments, and this is the perfect place to let you know some of my thoughts about the build. And the big one, I don't know what that was. I don't like the sound of it. The big one is the horsepower and ET goals for this truck. You know I'm building it as a drag and drive vehicle, and I've said numerous times my goal is to make 1,500 horsepower, and I would love to go a low 9-second and possibly even a high 8-second quarter mile. But you've asked, can I do that on the engine that's in the truck? And the short answer is no, of course not. This is a stock bottom end 6.2. It's a Gen 4 L92 is the technical designation for it. And yeah, we gapped the rings and we did all those other things that we talked about, but it's still a stock bottom end. So no, it's not gonna hold up to 1,500 horsepower, but pretty much every other system in the truck has been built for that goal with 1,500 horsepower in mind, like the intercooler, the turbochargers, the fuel system, the transmission we still have to build. It is a junkyard 4L80, but everything else in the truck should pretty much be able to handle that 1,500 horsepower goal. So after we get some testing done on the truck, maybe we'll run it till the end of the season. I want to build another engine kind of alongside, possibly a 408, maybe a 427, something with a little bit of cubic inch, a little bit of compression, great airflow. I kind of want to build a race-ish motor that'll hold up to 1,500 horsepower. And then we'll see what it can do. Now, the other thing I want to kind of talk about is that ET and quarter mile per hour. Like I said, low 9s, high 8s, that's kind of the benchmark I would really love to accomplish, but asterisk, safety is the other big thing. When I started out, this was kind of going to be a race vehicle because we had the ugly truck alongside of it, and the ugly truck was the street truck. Obviously, we gave away ugly truck last summer. This is my new street truck / fun toy. I don't really want to put a roll cage in it. I know I should. I know this is dumb. I should not go this fast without the proper safety equipment. But you guys probably know where I'm getting at. It's like it's a fine line. Is it a street truck? Is it a race vehicle? But on this one, I want it to have all of the creature comforts. I want the stock instrument cluster to work. I want the AC, most importantly, to work. I want to be able to hop in this thing and drive it from here to Maine if I wanted to. So if we have to give up a little bit of that raciness in the name of streetability, and that's what we're going to do. And I do really need to build a purpose-built race vehicle. Like that's one of the next things that I want to do. I want to build something that's so fast, it scares me. And a 5,100 pound truck is probably not the best platform to start with. So that's just kind of where my head's at on this project. And Oh, the other thing I was going to mention is the computer stuff. Like right now, it's a stock computer. I bought forever ago a Holley Dominator EFI setup that's going to run this when we go into the race mode. So, of course, you probably could make 1,500 horsepower on the P59, but we want to run the Dominator. But that's another whole side quest that we want to do, hopefully over the winter, not in the middle of July when we should be out racing. But anyways, that's where we're at. I'm so excited to get this thing on the road. We are so very, very close.